What if the history you know is only half the story? Imagine a vast ancient library, most of its rooms locked for centuries, the keys held by a select few. For generations, powerful institutions have hidden certain texts, fearing their radical ideas and challenges to established beliefs. These lost writings question the nature of good and evil, the role of women, and the meaning behind pivotal events in religious history. Today, we unlock the doors to that forbidden library and reveal 5 of the most controversial texts the Church never wanted you to read. Join me as we bring these lost voices into the light. Our journey begins in 1945 near Nag Hammadi, Egypt, with the discovery of the Gospel of Thomas, a collection of 114 sayings attributed to Jesus. Unlike the familiar Gospels, there's no crucifixion, no miracles. Just the raw wisdom of a teacher urging his followers to seek the kingdom of God within themselves. This gospel suggests salvation comes through personal enlightenment, not institutional faith. Such ideas threatened the early church's authority, challenging the need for priests and hierarchy. The Gospel of Thomas was branded heresy and buried, its vision of introspective individual spirituality suppressed. Imagine if Christianity had evolved with this focus on inner discovery rather than institutional control. The Church chose unity over diversity, locking away this radical path. Among the desert secrets was also found the Gospel of Mary, a text that reimagines Mary Magdalene not as a repentant sinner, but as a leader and visionary. Here she comforts the grieving disciples and shares secret revelations from Christ, demonstrating spiritual authority that rivals, even surpasses Peter. The text exposes a raw conflict. Peter questions if Jesus truly favored Mary, highlighting early tensions over women's roles in the movement. The Gospel of Mary suggests spiritual authority is based on understanding, not gender. For a church moving toward patriarchy, this was subversive. Female leadership sanctioned by Jesus himself. Accepting this gospel would have meant accepting women as priests, bishops, even popes. Instead, the text was suppressed, its message silenced for centuries. Long before the New Testament, the Book of Enoch offered a cosmic prequel to Genesis. Angels called Watchers descend to earth, take human wives, and teach forbidden arts. Their offspring, the Nephilim, are violent giants whose corruption leads to the Great Flood. Enoch's story explains evil as a cosmic contamination, not just human disobedience. But this mythic universe complicated the Church's narrative of original sin and human responsibility. The Book of Enoch, with its wild visions and celestial hierarchies, was deemed too strange and excluded from the canon. Only the Ethiopian Orthodox Church preserved it, guarding this epic tale of rebellion and consequence. The rest of Christianity locked it away, favoring a simpler story. Judas Iscariot, the ultimate traitor, but the Gospel of Judas, lost for centuries, tells a different story. In this text, Judas is chosen by Jesus to help fulfill a divine plan, to free the divine spark within by sacrificing the physical body. Judas acts not out of greed but obedience, becoming the catalyst for salvation. This gospel reframes betrayal as a sacred duty, turning the passion narrative upside down. For the early church, this was heresy of the highest order, absolving the ultimate sinner and suggesting a secret pact. The Gospel of Judas was destroyed, its dangerous message buried. What if the greatest villain was actually the most faithful disciple? The Acts of Paul and Thecla tells of Thecla, a noblewoman who defies family and empire to follow Paul, cutting her hair and facing death for her faith. Miraculously saved from fire and beasts, Thecla baptizes herself and becomes a missionary, teaching and healing with Paul's blessing. She was a symbol of female strength and spiritual authority, inspiring early Christians. But as the church grew more patriarchal, Thecla's story became a threat. Women using her example to claim the right to teach and baptize. Church leaders demoted her tale to fiction, sidelining her legacy. Thecla's story was intentionally obscured, her leadership erased from official history. Yet her legend endures, a reminder of what might have been. We've opened the doors to a hidden library, revealing voices meant to stay buried. These texts show a time when Christianity was a vibrant, contested conversation, not a single unified faith. Their suppression shaped what millions believe today, raising questions about truth, authority, and what else remains hidden. Exploring these lost gospels isn't about doubt, but about understanding the complex roots of faith. Which text surprised you most? Let us know in the comments. And keep questioning, keep seeking, and never stop exploring the mysteries of history.